Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Donnie, and this is Diamond Painting by Donnie, but today is not a diamond painting video, although there was a drill stuck to my package. But anyway, that's gonna happen because there are diamond painting accessories everywhere in this house. So today, I'm gonna show you something that I ordered back in January. Before all the Chinese New Year started and then the virus happened, and I finally got this today, which is April 29th. So we're looking at almost 4 months for this to get to me, and I've been super excited to get it. It was my very first beaded cross stitch that I ordered in a larger size. I've ordered other smaller ones, but as much as I loved the first one that I got, I really wanted to try a larger image, so I spent a good amount. It was almost $30 for this because I wanted a nice one and I wanted it to be a good size. So let me open this up and show you what I got. The funny thing is I had no idea what it was. I had to search the tracking number. It says on here latch hook. And I know I have not ordered any latch hooks from China. I haven't bought a latch hook in years. Alright, so this is how it came. It came from a store, Matryoshka Lady or something like that. I'll link it down below for those that are interested. So apparently this is done on a 9-count canvas. I can see a little sticker there that says 9 count. The box is pretty squished. It wasn't as heavy as I thought it would be for a beaded cross stitch. So it's pretty stuffed. It's stuffed pretty full. But I guess, you know, that's about right. And this is what the image looks like. Isn't that pretty? Look at that leopard. Oh my, that blue eye is beautiful. So let's hope that this turns out the way the image looks. But the packaging is pretty nice. I mean, it's actually in a package and it's sealed. It's not just tossed into a bag. So let's open the seal. See what we got. All right. Anything else in there? Yeah. Okay. Instruction, embroidery instruction. So it does tell you which direction to go. Kind of not really sure because it's saying in 2 different directions, and normally you just go in one direction for every single stitch. But thread a few stitches through the back, blah blah blah. Start with the bottom row, look at the diagram below. The beads have to be in the same direction. Okay. Single thread embroidery. When the embroidery thread runs out, bury the thread on the back of the embroidered cloth. So this just might mean you do it one way or the other. Do not do them in 2 different directions because then it kind of looks wonky. So when you are doing a beaded cross stitch, just like with regular cross stitch, you want to make sure that your top stitch is going in the same direction throughout the entire image. Just so on these, you're only doing the 1 stitch over, so it's not technically cross stitch because you're not doing a cross, but this should be called beaded half stitch because these are only half stitches. But they all need to be coming up from the same corner and then back down through the same corner on every single stitch. All right, so here is, okay, here's the schematic, and it's on front and back. So here's the nose portion, and here is the actual front. You can't see the schematic. It kind of looks like a diamond painting, honestly. It's got the grid just like a diamond painting does. So the thing I like about beaded cross stitch is you don't have to change the thread out. You can use the same piece of thread, the same color thread for the whole thing, and they give you a really nice big ball or whatever you want to call this of thread, and that's a lot. And I'm thinking it'll be enough. If it isn't, this is just basic white thread that I could probably find elsewhere. I probably have some laying around if I run out, but I'm not thinking I won't run out with something this much. It has this much in it. And here is the big bag of beads. These are bigger beads than the ones that were used in my first beaded cross stitch that I did. Well, I started it, didn't finish it. There's a lot of colors, and we'll look at those here in just a minute. Let's look at this canvas. So the canvas is color-coded as well. I don't like using color-coded canvas just because it's so hard to determine a color. So I'm glad that this schematic has come with it, and it has the letters. And the problem is, now that I'm looking at this, it has letters and numbers like it would on a diamond painting. But okay, there we go. There's a key. This is in Chinese. I would, if I really need to know what it says, I will probably have to use my phone to translate it. But it's saying something about 35 by 35 11 count, 42 by 42 9 count. Okay, and this is a 9 count as we saw on the box. So this will be 42 by 42 centimeters. Which is a little over a foot, going both ways. Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of room on here, excess room. So you can put this on a quick snap, Q-snap. Threads coming unwound. Or whatever it is that you have available for embroidery or cross stitch. But I love how beautiful these colors are. That does make it pretty easy. These are actually printed on here really well. They don't bleed over into the next corner. I do like this. This is really, in my opinion, quite quality. It's even got your measurements on the sides, so you can see what row you're on. You don't have to keep counting every time, and it's got the grid on here for every 10. Or is it going to be 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. So there's 10. There's 100 in each one of these squares. And 9 count, for those that don't know, means that there are 9 stitches per inch. So it should be an inch going from like here to here. Let me verify that with my ruler. And that is correct. If you can see, the 9th stitch stops right here, right there. And that meets up with the 1 inch perfectly, the line for the 1 inch. So this is true 9 count. If it was 11 count, there would be 11 stitches per inch. So that means it would be smaller squares. So the smaller the number for a count is going to have the bigger the squares. So 18 count is the smallest I've seen. So that is quite a bit of stitches in a small 1 inch square. You're going to have really, really tiny spots, squares. So someone with bad eyesight like me, that would be really difficult to do. And I'm sure I own some 18 count. I just haven't unboxed them yet. But with my love of cats, I really found this to be beautiful, and I really wanted to do a beaded cross stitch of something that I like the image of, because the one I have is of some poppies in a vase, and it's just not my style really. And it uses this clear cord for the string, and I ended up pulling too tight, and it was my first try. It was only like $5, and I messed up on it. So I've kind of not wanted to go further on it, because the canvas is kind of wobbly like this because I pulled too tight on the strings. I didn't leave enough give, so it's not going to lay flat. So I wanted to do something that I could really enjoy the image afterwards, something that I would really want to put on the wall. And this is it, because I do love cats, and it's not super huge. It's like I said, 42 centimeters by 42 centimeters. And what I was saying over here is here is the codes for this. So one is M for this chart, and one is this, it's yellow with an orange square in the middle. So that would probably be right here, down in this area. See? All these looks like suns. So that's where number one will be. And these are pretty simple. You just go from the right or whichever side you want to start, right or left, and you just go across one row, and then you come back to the second row and you go across that way, and you come in this way, and you just do that the whole way through. So I am really excited about doing this. This canvas is really thick too. All I need to do is probably get myself a container, which I have several diamond painting boxes that I use for separating when I kit up my diamond painting kits. So I can use one of those to store these beads in. I do like to use my sticky mat, bead mat. I'll link it down below. You can get them on Amazon. They're really awesome to use. But I have a giant one that I use for when I'm doing my cross stitch, beaded cross stitch, because I can put the beads right on the mat and they stay on there. And when I want to go use it, I just take my needle and scoop it up. Super convenient. So let's look at this. Oh, they actually sealed the bag. So I'm going to have to cut that bag, the top of that seal off, so I can open it. Look at these, some of these colors. There are 30 colors, so we should have 30 bags of beads. And there's a lot of these golden copper colored for the leopard's fur. So that makes sense why there's so many browns. I normally don't like to work with something that's got this many brown tones, but again, it's the overall image that I was going after. So look at there's numbers. And I like it that they number the bags and everything. So the one I have, the very first one I did, the one with the poppies in it, it's extremely hard. I had to try and match up the colors to the key, and it's just printed on a canvas. There's no symbols or anything. They're just colors, and you kind of have to distinguish whether it's this color or that, and some of the colors are really close together, so sometimes I'm not sure which color it's supposed to be. So this is super nice that it's laid out there right on the canvas, not only on the canvas, but also here so that you can reference to that if you need to. All right, so here's number 23. Oh, wow, look at that pearly color. It's like a silver. Really pretty. Look at these browns, lots of browns. Number 10 and number 9. There's 13. And this one, I'm not quite sure what happened, but yeah, they've got a lot of colors mixed in there. I think it's supposed to be the blue, but they have some extra colors in there that leaked over. And there's another pretty silver color, grayish. Number 5. This is for beaded cross stitch. Oh, look at that. Look at that white pearl. Oh, that's so pretty. And then here's a green. And then a blue. Tesslynn's showing us the blue, number 1.
Number 6.
Number 6. Okay, that's like a steel bluish gray color. Oh, that's pretty.
18.
Number 18. Oh, look at that. That is super pretty.
It's kind of like a goldish color.
Yeah, like a copper.
Kind of like a metallic color.
Yeah, metallic color. And here's another blue. And look at that metallic blue. Oh my gosh, these are really pretty.
Here are the two same but different colors.
No, they're 2 different colors. Number's 12 and one's 22.
This one's dark. This one's dark. This one's dark and this one's light.
Yeah. Kind of a beige color.
And the blue again.
Oh, that's blue. A pretty blue, isn't it?
Yeah.
14. Look at that blue.
And look it is metallic.
No, that's a yellow. They all kind of look metallic because of the type of beads they are. These beads are a lot bigger than the other one too. The one I used before, they were like seed beads. These are much bigger.
Green.
Yep, there's a hitchhiker in there.
What's a hitchhiker?
Hitchhiker means somebody went in there that wasn't supposed to be. So there's another copperish color.
There's a dark purple.
There's an orange.
And there's a dark blue inside the light blue.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that baby blue color. And we just need, ooh, that's a pretty blue. Why don't you show them that one?
Yeah.
That's a pretty
it's
one.
number 15.
There's another steel blue looking. Number 7, and here's 25. It's kind of a
15, 16.
Kind of a black. Maybe that's for the spots.
18, 19, 20, 20.
And here's number 3.
And here's number 20. Are these yet?
I don't know what quite color
Are these
names to call them. Yeah, I've already looked through all those. I'm just trying to put them in order to make sure they're all here. I love this one. Look at that color.
What about number 21?
The last kit I did, the poppies, it was done in seed beads, so it was much smaller, a lot harder to work with, especially because I have arthritis in my thumbs and it's really hard for me to pinch needles. So I'm thinking this may be a lot easier on my fingers because these beads are much bigger and they're going to be easier to grab a hold of and to see. And they're clearly marked, so I am extremely impressed by this kit. I guess I wasn't expecting something so nice. But let's just going through here to see if we have all of our beads, which I hope so, because things coming from China right now are extremely slow. And you know that saying, slow boat to China, that is exactly what's going on right now. Number 20. Okay, right here. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So we have all 30 colors, and I am excited to get started on this. Have you ever done a beaded cross stitch with beads this big? Because I've seen several kits, and this is the first time I've seen them, but look, with beads this size. Maybe it's the count, because it's a 9 count, they use bigger beads. I don't know. So let me know below if you've done something this size, and I'd really be interested to know where you got it, the quality, if it was this well packaged with all of with 2 different, you know, with the chart and the print on the canvas this clear. Because there's no way, well, some of them may be hard to read, and that's why, like in there, those little ones, their color changes a lot throughout this area, so I might have to reference the chart, but I'm super glad that there is a chart to go by. It's color, which is a little different than normal. And normally they're just like black and white charts when you get one for a cross stitch. So yeah, I completely recommend this. It did come with 2 needles, and they are, I saw them stuck. Okay, they're over here, and they come in here. They are the kind that are pointed because you do have to go through the canvas. I believe this is Ada cloth where it's got this type of material, but this is really thick. It's made really well. So I don't think you absolutely need to have the needles that are sharp like these, like you would with my first beaded cross stitch. I did, because it was a material that did not have holes in the cloth like this. It was weird. But my original cross stitch needles aren't pointy like this. They are blunt. So I'm thinking, you know, needles do break, but I have plenty that I can use to replace it with if something does happen. So this is 100% something, not sure, Chinese writing there, and I'm thoroughly impressed. Yes. So I will leave you the link down below as to where I bought this, and you can check it out yourself. And they do have others, I do believe. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate your support, and thank you very much for hanging with me with this issue going on with the COVID-19 and kids being home and me having to do the homeschooling. I haven't been able to get to doing a lot of videos. No videos, actually. I haven't been able to record since I had to start teaching her here at home. So I actually had a little bit of time today to do that, and so I'm just showing you something that came in today. I do have a lot of other videos that I need to record and show you. So don't give up on me. I'd love to hear from you, even if you're just saying hi, and just so I know that you're still out there. Thank you all for watching again. Have fun with your crafting if you're diamond painting or cross-stitching, beaded cross-stitching, coloring, whatever it is you are doing today. And don't forget to just sparkle wherever you go and whatever you do. Take care, everyone. Bye.